We come face to face with hate every day. Whether it's a racist joke or a judgmental look, we often focus on the things that make us different. This weekend was a chance for 8 broadcasting majors to help us find some much-needed common ground. At the 4th International Conference on Hate Studies, hosted on Gonzaga University's campus, hundreds of people came to listen, to engage in dialogue, and to learn more about one another.
What we want to do is figure out how to do things differently, because the path that we're on is certainly creating more divisiveness than more inclusion and equity.
Christine Hoover is the director of Gonzaga University's Institute for Hate Studies and a main organizer of this year's conference.
When you come in and you get into a space where you're talking with someone with a different worldview, how do you stay with yourself and not get into an escalation, not get into the hair on the back of your neck standing on end?
The goal of the conference is to bridge the gaps that our differences create and discuss solutions to dealing with hate in our community. In order to create a well-rounded weekend that offered a diverse variety of conversations, Christine had to enlist the help of community partners, but also some help she found right here at Gonzaga.
Dan Garrity is one of our most creative faculty members who totally gets the mission, and anything he does seems to have incredible impact on people's lives. We didn't know where he was going to go with his project and his presentation, but we knew it would be phenomenal.
When Christine reached out to Dan and GUTV and asked them to contribute to this project, it was the beginning of a long journey.
So basically, first day of class in August, we started talking about common ground and we started working on it.
I'm using it as a learning experience, knowing that it may not be perfect, but we're doing the best we can to make the biggest difference we can.
GUTV created a show called Common Ground.
You're watching Common Ground on GUTV.
A social experiment disguised as a game show. Executive producer Emily Young and her 7 broadcasting classmates made it their mission to help people attending the conference focus on what unites them.
And I think that common ground just shows that it is possible to have dialogue and to have a conversation with somebody about your political beliefs and get to know somebody on a deeper level who doesn't share the same opinions as you.
I think there's a need for common ground because most of our political commentary is so divided. It's very polarized on one side or the other.
Through the 4-part game show, contestants of vastly different political backgrounds stepped into each other's shoes, trying to understand one another.
Our contestants met for the very first time in our segment, Me Too.
The game show was shown to a live audience with the crew anxiously waiting behind the curtain. And the result?
The second that I walked out and heard them all cheering and they all were clapping and they seemed really happy, that was a very rewarding moment for me.
It's just a highlight. It's a real star in the showcase for the conference.
I remember hearing that somebody's going to show this to their family member that they haven't talked to in a really long time, and that's really cool.
But the mission to fight hate and find unity doesn't stop here.
I hope that Common Ground can bring a lot of exposure to GUTV and what we're about, and just our overall mission for the program and both the university, just fostering that dialogue and spreading ideas so we can just all come together.
Because it's not just a Gonzaga thing, it's not just a nationwide thing, but it's also a global thing that people just can't agree. They're afraid to talk to people that they don't know.
And together, we create a really strong regional conversation about how we can help other people in the country move forward, as well as help our own community move forward.
If they saw that it was possible through our show, even in just a silly way, through a game show, even if they saw that this was possible, then maybe they would find common ground with other people as well.
Through one project and hours of hard work behind the scenes, GUTV is showing people that we have much more in common than we think. If you think that's a message worth spreading, share the Common Ground show with the people in your life. Help them focus on what unifies them. Kelsey Morgan, GUTV.